Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, today's video title's going to be all you really need to do in the channel lock golf swing. Okay guys, there's been a lot of development in channel lock and a lot of evolution in channel lock over the last 14-15 months, and particularly in the last couple of months where I've been evolving my channel lock protocol. Now I've been putting together all the final bits that I want, all the specific bits I want for JH in my protocol. But a lot of those are really intrinsic processes, and you really don't need that stuff when you're learning initially channel lock. And so I want to just go back, if I can, to what I would call the basement floor of channel lock, and where you really need to be initially before you start going up those other floors in the elevator of progression and development in your channel lock swing. You really need to start at the basement, and you need to really stay in the basement for a while before you press that button and go up to the next floors. And so guys, what I'm going to do is basically go over where we have been in the evolvement and development of channel lock relative to what I call the base tenets of channel lock. Now guys, channel lock, what is it in essence? Okay, it's a golf swing. It's a golf swing where we have a channel beside the body that we want to swing the golf club in. The golf club is swung beside the body, essentially in a channel, beside the body, not in front of the body, as we do in a conventional golf swing. That is the major difference in channel lock. Now the other major difference in channel lock is that in order to get in that channel beside the body and instead of in front of the body, we need a different ball position. We need a ball position that is really off the trail foot, or as close to off the trail foot as you could possibly get it anatomically, biomechanically, structurally. Now why do we need the ball off that trail foot? Because we need it there to swing in the channel beside the body. I want to swing the club beside the body, guys, when it's coming down. We all tend to swing the club around the body in the backswing. This golf swing is really beside the body in an inward, rearwards direction. Now why do we need the golf ball back here to do that, to get in there? Because watch what happens if I go to a conventional ball position. My arms run into my body here. I can't get my arms outside my body, which is the feeling that I want in this golf swing. I want my arms outside, beside my body. Now that's why we have to have that golf ball placed in that rearward position there. Here. Now it looks different, doesn't it guys? We've got a lead arm that's in this configuration here instead of this. Now the reason we want the arm in that configuration there is that if we have it in a conventional position here with all that shaft lean on, it does two things from the back ball position. It takes a lot of loft off the golf club, and straight away you do that, it points the face way out there. We don't want to be way out there. We want to be, that club face has got to point at the target. Our arms and our hands are going to swing out, across the line. Now the whole idea of this golf swing, guys, is to give you a repeating golf swing. To start the ball in the same direction every time. To start it in the same direction. Now how do you start the ball in the same direction? Well, you attack it from the same direction. And how do you attack it from the same direction? You attack it from the same direction by putting yourself in position, geometrically and structurally, to attack it from the same direction. Now if I have the golf ball back there, guys, as opposed to here, watch what happens to my shoulders. If I have the golf ball here, my shoulders are sort of square to open. As I move the ball backwards, my shoulders, to accommodate my hands staying in that configuration there, close up. And really they need to be closed up in order that we swing in that channel there. We can't swing in that channel if they're square or open. We can't swing in there, guys, because the arms are attached to the shoulders, and the arms and the hands will go where the shoulders are pointing. Be under no illusion. The shoulders control the direction the arms go. So you can do whatever you like with your feet and your hips and all that type of stuff. It's the shoulders that control the direction of the arms, the hands, and ultimately the club face. So as we go back here, guys, our shoulders are what we call back cocked. They're back cocked because we want to be able to start the club immediately inside the channel, which is beside the body here. It's a channel here. We want to swing the club in a channel here. We don't want to swing it in a sideways channel here, which is normally what happens in a golf swing. It goes sideways initially. There's no sideways in this golf swing, guys. It's a rearwards, channel-like movement of the golf club. The club goes rearwards. It doesn't go sideways. It goes rearwards, and then it goes outwards. Normal swingers, we go sideways, forward, here. We don't do that. We go rearwards, outwards. Now by setting up with the golf ball back here, guys, having the shoulders closed, taking it in the channel here, and keeping those shoulders closed on the downswing here, and the head back outside the trail knee here, the shoulders will stay closed, and because they are closed and we've got that back ball position, the club must track into out. Now if it tracks into out, what does it do? It starts the ball into out. There's your target line. The club will go across the target line every time into out. So the ball will start a little right of your target line every time. Now it will come back with a little draw if you have your club face pointing at the target. Your path is into out, your club face is pointing at the target. So we've got maybe 3 or 4 degrees closure on the club face, and we've got whatever we've got our path into out, could be 6, 8, could be 10 degrees, doesn't matter. But the ball will start right, and depending on the amount of closure you've got on the face, it will then curve back towards the target. But it will always start in one direction, which you can't guarantee that with a conventional golf swing. And the reason being is that when it's up here, the shoulders have a propensity to do a number of things. They can come in, they can block up like that, and you can just shove the ball straight out to the right, or they can come in and they can roll around, lead shoulder down, and we can get the dreaded drags and the pulls. Now you can't get a drag or a pull with a channel-like golf swing. It is impossible to do geometrically because the shoulders are closed. Okay, going back to the base tenets, all you have to do in channel-like is set the ball up off the trail foot. Have the club as perpendicular as you can possibly get it here, and that means having this arm in this configuration here. Get down into the knees so that we can be balanced. We just push the club back here. On the downswing, we just pull with that lead arm here, pull it down into the position here, and then we fire the trail arm. We pull the club down, the hands and arms go into out, and the club face releases to the target. That's as simple as it is. The hands and arms go into out and the club face releases to the target. That's what it is. That's what channel lock is. It's no more, no less than that. It's a back foot ball position, it's closed shoulders, and it's taking the club in that channel, keeping the shoulders closed, keeping what we call a 5 o'clock nose. If we've got a clock here and the numbers are looking at us, 5 o'clock's there. We want to keep our nose at 5 o'clock when we hit the ball, because that helps to keep the trail shoulder back. Now that's the basic tenets and principles of channel lock. You don't have to do any more than that. But in order to learn it and get it, don't get too carried away. Just basically get in here like this. Put your feet together. Here, put the club behind the ball, then step away with that lead foot. Put the club right opposite your trail foot, then step away with the lead foot. Now watch what happens when I step away. When I step away, my shoulder's cocked this way, which is what I've got to have. So that's how you find your ball position. You just put it off your trail foot with your feet together, here, there, and then you just step away. Like that. And it really is that simple. Now what I've developed and evolved in channel lock is keeping the knees nice and flexed in the golf swing here. The reason we want to do that is that we can actually get the lead knee going towards the lead big toe on the downswing, and we can stay back and we can fire the club under our head past our body, and the hips won't spin. When that lead knee is bent, guys, the hips will not spin. You can have your shoulders closed, but if you snap that back there like that on the downswing, it'll take the hip, take the torso and take the shoulders, and you'll spin the shot. You'll get that type of shot. But if you keep that lead knee bent on the downswing, the hips stay closed and not spinning. They can do whatever they like after the ball's gone, but we don't want them to do that before we hit the golf ball. So again, I'll go over it. It's a back foot ball position golf swing. How do we get that? We put the trail foot right there in line with it, with this foot here, and then we just step away. That's how we get in position. We don't come in like this, standing up like that, put it there, and then try and balance ourselves. Just put both feet together, put it there, put the club down, and then just step away. Now in the backswing, we just push the club back. We push it back with our lead hand, and we pull it back with our trail hand. We just fling it back. Just fling it, guys, and it'll find its own way. Fling it back. Don't take it back. Don't push it in position. Let the weight of the golf club set itself in the backswing. Just take it back like that. Just let it set itself. So that's basically it. That is the channel lock golf swing. It's a golf swing that's designed to let you hit into out every time you swing. And how do we guarantee that? Because we've got a back ball position, which is right on this part of the arc of a golf swing, where the club is still very much coming into out, and we've got our shoulders closed, which is our insurance policy additionally to make sure we come into out. How much we come into out and how far you start the ball right of your target line is relative, guys, to just working out your alignment, and you have to do that yourself. If the ball goes to the right, say when you set up the ball goes right of your target, just aim left. Just move everything around to the left a little bit. That's all you need to do. It really is that simple. But essentially this is the process. We just get in here like this. Here we just step away, we've got our shoulders back cocked. We just fling it back and fling it through. It's that simple. There's no smoke and mirrors with this golf swing, guys. It's that simple. That's how the golf swing works. You just take it back like that, and you just take it through accordingly. We get here. There. We just step away. We're just closed. We've got that shoulder cocked. We just fling the club back and just fling it through. Now they're just perfect golf shots. I mean, they're just perfect ball flight. Okay, it should be perfect. I mean, I invented the golf swing and I've hit, a couple of 100,000 or maybe 300,000, 400,000 shots with it already in the last 14 months. So I've hit a lot of balls with it. So it is automatic, but it's very easy automatic. So here we go again. We just come in here, both feet together. Here, get in here. Then just step away with that lead side. And then just hunker down into the trail side. Just fling the club back. And just fling the club forward. That's all it is. That's all this golf swing is. It's no more difficult than that. But you have to be committed to two things, and that is the back ball position here and the closed shoulders. You really got to be committed to those. And the third thing that you really need to be committed to is the 5 o'clock nose, because if we keep the nose there when we come down, it's just that insurance policy. So we come in here, we just step away, just push the club back, and just swing like that, guys. It's that simple. No harder, no more, no less. Here we are, here. Just push it back, Now, it's a 76-year-old dude doing this. Now, if I can do it, you guys can do it. Doesn't require any athleticism or, you know, huge physical dexterity or youth. Doesn't require any of those things. All it requires is a commitment to the protocols, and the protocols are what I've just showed you there. That's all it is. Go through it again. It's a back foot ball position. It's not a forward ball position. It's a back foot weight loading as well. When we're here, this is basically unloaded. Why is it there? So we can turn into that trail side in the backswing. That foot there is loaded, unloaded. Knee goes here, and then on the downswing it just moves that way. You've got to stay really committed to having the shoulders closed. That's all you have to do in this golf swing. So all the other stuff that I do, all the really fine, what we call atomic particles that I have in my golf swing, you don't need yet. You need to just be able to hit some shots consistently, and then down the track you can you can upgrade your swing to applying some of those atomic particles. But essentially, it's just the basic fundamental is back foot ball position, move away here, cock the shoulders, 5 o'clock nose, fling the club back, and fling the club forward. But it's an angular fling. Here. It's there and there. There and there. It's not here and there. The club doesn't wrap around the body this way, guys. It goes here and it goes there. We always try and finish with the club in front of our bodies here. We don't want it finishing around and behind us. We don't want that at all. We don't want this look, which is a conventional golf swing finish look. Conventional golf swing off the front. We don't want this finish over here. Because look what's happened here, guys. Everything's spun. Club's pointing this way. It's outside the body. Low lead shoulder. We want the club in front of our body when we finish the swing here. Here. That means that we've swung in the channel. Okay, that's the fundamentals of channel lock. It's no more difficult than that. So just go back to some of the early videotapes of channel lock back in the early days. Look at the structural setup and just go from there. But don't get involved in too much. It's a back foot ball position golf swing where you swing in a channel with your shoulders closed and you hit into out. All the time, every time. And the reason that you will hit into out all the time is because the geometry of the golf swing will dictate such. Okay guys, I just want to clear that up. That's the basic basement tenets of channel lock. And you don't need any more or any less than that. That's the golf swing. I hope that clears up a few misconceptions.